comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
First off, spoiler warning for Shazam. Second off, this is going to be a lot less... that's weird. This is going to be a lot less of my... It's going to be a lot different than my usual spoiler reviews. Usually, I take the movie, I go through every step by step of the movie. This time, I decided to not do that because I didn't feel... I've recorded this video. This is my third time. And each of the last times, I've just gotten so bored about talking about the plot. Not that the plot's bad. It's a great plot. But it is very, very boring to just talk about it. I'm really sick of making spoiler reviews when there's nothing to talk about and I'm just talking about stuff that is not important at all. So I'm going to talk about what I actually think are spoiler things to talk about. Okay, first thing that angered me in this movie, not that much, but it was the villain's motivation. I talked about it, but essentially, the main villain, when he was a kid, he was taken by the Shazam guy, and the Shazam guy's like, you're not allowed to be Shazam, after he tested him. He sent him back into the car that he was in with his dad and his brother, and he scared his dad, and the car wrecked, and his dad almost died. Almost. This is where my gripe comes in. You know that one office scene which is more intense and more violent than anything in Venom, like anything in Venom, the movie that was originally R-rated? Like, wow. But I would have gone without that office scene, even though I really enjoyed it. I would have gone without it if it meant that the villain's motivation would have been better. Because his motivation is essentially that he wants revenge. I mean, especially he wants revenge. But why does he want revenge? His dad didn't get killed. He should be very interested, and this should have changed him. Sure. But, and I guess it makes sense why he wants to go back. But it felt like a kind of weak motivation. And it would have been better if his dad got killed, because it would have been like, I want to take revenge on you guys. You guys murdered my dad. I'm going to kill you. And that I just would have liked that more, to be honest. I have water here so I can talk longer. So yeah, that looks like alcohol. Well, already in two of my movies, there is a scene in both of my movies where a guy says whiskey at a bar table, and the other one says vodka at a bar table. So, yeah. The Jaeger releasing this Friday. What a shameless plug. So I really could have gone with a better villain for the motivation for the villain. But the villain wasn't terrible. He fit in the movie fine. That's what I'm saying. The next thing I really want to talk about in this movie was the relationship, or Billy's kind of motivation in his relationship with his mom, because when he was a kid, at a carnival his mom abandoned him, or accidentally did, so we think, and he lost his mom, and he's sad now, but for the last years he's been searching and searching and searching for her, and finally at a certain point, I'm forgetting what one thing that did confuse me in this movie is he gets arrested, right, for breaking into the cop's car, and locking them into the restaurant, which I don't know how they got in the restaurant again. But, now I'm forgetting what I was going to say. Anyway, now I've lost my train of thought. So I don't know why they didn't put more sentence on him. He just went to a counselor and they're like, we'll put you into in a foster home, which I really liked all the foster kids. There's first the one little kid, he's like probably 9, and he's super addicted to video games. And that's totally cool, because when I was 9, I was super addicted to video games, and he has some funny jokes. He's playing video games, he looks up, whoa, when did it get dark? That was funny. There's the typical middle schooler, he's always listening to music in his ear pods. I thought that was very funny. There's like the really confident senior. They're all very cliche characters, but they're fun characters. This is a movie that can sort of get away with doing a lot of cliches. And it's not the thing about this movie that's different from some movies. Sony might think, oh, we're gonna use that. But the thing is that Sony makes movies that are really unnecessarily serious. So you can't actually, because this movie it's not taking itself seriously at all. It's being very lighthearted and fun. But also, on top of that, it's a kind of a parody of superhero movies. It's like why Deadpool can somewhat get away with doing cliches. And it's when it can kind of make fun of them. In this movie, one thing I can say, and I said this in my How to Train Your Dragon 3 review, or How to Train Your Dragon review, cliche does not equal bad equals sometimes annoying when it's shameless. Sony is not good at not being shameless. Like, they'll plug it in like that. But this movie's, it's like, it doesn't do it shamefully, but it does it very hiddenly. And they're all characters, they're all over-exaggerated characters of people in real life, but I can relate to a couple of these characters. So I like that. And that is why they're good characters. And the child acting's all good from them. There's a little girl, she's like 7 or 6 years old, and she really likes hugging Billy, and I like that relationship there. That relationship really was good in the movie. But, I kind of got off topic, but I really like all the foster kids. But with Billy Batson's mom, like I said, he got lost. But when his siblings finally find his mom, he's like, oh my god, he runs to go find her. And it's one of the most heartbreaking scenes in this movie is when the mom explains the story, and she's like she's a broken person. Like, she has a bad life. And her husband is in jail for 10 years, apparently, and she has a new guy. But he goes up, he's like, I think you might be my mom. And then she's like, oh, this is sad. And then she talks with him, and, it was a really heartbreaking scene, because she's just like, I left you there because I knew they could raise you better than I could. And I was like, oh, that's horrible. And I like that. That is how to do a good character. Like, I'm not going to criticize Sony in this part. I keep doing that. But I like it when the movie... Like, this is how to do good character. This is a really good movie in character development. In the beginning of this movie, he's a miserable person looking for his mom. By the end of the movie, he's gotten over his old family, the one that abandoned him, and has gone to his new family. He's gone comfortable in his family. He's like the centerpiece of this family. That is a great arc there. It's like... this is a reminiscent of Iron Man. This is like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. This is like Iron Man. This is how to do an origin story 101. Make the character have an arc in the movie. Make them likable at the beginning, sure, and you want to root for them. And not like Peter Rabbit, where you hate the character at the beginning, and at the end you grow to like them. But in this movie, it's like you like the character at the beginning, and at the end of the movie, he like evolves and he becomes a better person. That is good character right there. Who wrote this movie? You're great at writing movies. You're also hilarious at comedy. Thank you for that. There was this one scene in the movie where it was showing all the videos of Shazam and they were going viral. And I've never gone viral, unless you want to say that 3,000 views is viral. It really isn't. It's the most viral I've ever gone. But I don't think that people would either believe that those videos are real, because they could be special effects, and the costume looks fake as hell. But I don't think people would believe those are real, and I don't think that they would go viral. Just saying, they might be on Bill's channel, real or fake, one episode, but other than that, they would not go anywhere, just to be honest. Maybe they could go viral. I don't know much about going viral. Even though I research and I'm on the internet all the time, I should know, but I've never gotten close to viral, so. And when Billy's walking away from his mom, and he's all sad and he's crying, and he's sad and he's walking away, I really felt for Billy. I like that. That's good. But then there are some spoilerish things at the end that I really wanted to get to. So Shazam, at the end, he evolves. He actually becomes a real superhero instead of just messing around. I love the relationship he has with his sidekick. It's a really good relationship because at the beginning, the sidekick's only there because it's like he has superpowers. I want to hang out with this guy. And then eventually, Billy's like, I don't need you. But later they grow to actually become family and brothers. And I think that is how, once again, how to do characters. Thank this movie for knowing how to do characters. I know I might sound weird by saying, oh, this movie actually did characters, surprising. That's because so many comic book movies this stage just suck and are bad at characters. Like, I enjoyed Aquaman, but it wasn't very good at character development. Not at all, no. Does Arthur Curry have an arc in that movie? Like, at the beginning, he's a cool, sexy guy who defeats guys. And at the end, he's now a cool, sexy guy who defeats guys, and he's also a king. And not qualified king. I still enjoy Aquaman, but come on, give him an arc. That's so lame. It's movies like this one, and bear with me, Black Panther. I understand I put that at number 1 of the best movies of 2018, April Fool's prank. But the reason why I did that is because I'm very sick of people putting that movie at number 1 best movie. It's not in my, it didn't make it, I'm fine. It made it in my top 5, sure. And it was mainly because I kind of thought about it and I was like, oh, I really like that movie. But it's not as good now. Why does this always happen? Like, it literally jumped up in December and went back down in January. It's kind of funny. But, like I was going to say, it's really like Black Panther and Shazam that really do arcs well. Like, at the beginning of Black Panther, he has a very strong belief of keeping the tradition of Wakanda the whole time. And at the end of the movie, the villain sways him. That's good writing. Come on, that's good writing. Whether you hate Black Panther or not, you have to admit at least it did something creative. I know that doesn't sound like a praise, but I'm gonna, like, Venom and Amazing Spider-Man 2. What other crap comic book movies? The Fan Four Stick. There's some horrible comic book movies these days that don't know how to do characters at all. But these are movies like Shazam, Black Panther, Wonder Woman, that understand how to do characters. Just, there you go. And sure, is this the most basic arc ever? Yes, but it's a refreshing one at the same time. It's like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, where it's like, are they the most original movies ever? No. But they are very refreshing, and they're very just nice to see a movie try for once. This movie tried for once. It tries to give us a new story, and new character, new ideas, new elements. I like that. I like how it... Okay, so let me just bear this. I kind of messed up a couple seconds ago. I didn't mean to say it did a bunch of new things. But what it does is it goes back to the roots. I haven't seen a comic book movie this simple and so fun and enjoyable for a while. And I haven't even got to the ending yet, so we're going to talk about the ending. Anyway, so the ending, they do the thing where it's like the family... This is the most cliche movie, but it's a charming one. Those cliche... I'm back to ranting about why this movie's so good. It's a cliche movie, sure, but every single time there's a cliche, it actually, like, works, and it's charmful to watch them, and they're not annoying. They're not annoyingly used. I don't know why, but I didn't find this movie ever a single bit annoying. I mean, a couple times there's little annoyances. But one thing that I did dig about this movie was, so the one scene, everybody's been talking about it, but it's the scene when he's like about to go to the staff and say Shazam to make Doctor, the bad guy, make him actually Shazam. And then he steals the staff. He has all of the kids put their hands in it, and he says, let's say our name. And they all say Billy. And it's like, no, it's not Billy. And I laughed there. And then they all say Shazam. And then we have a family of Shazams now. I thought that was awesome. Some people said it's cute. I think it's cute. And I really like the way that all the actors, none of them were as good as Zachary Levi in that role. But I think that I really enjoyed seeing the little girl. When she was there, she was hilarious. The girl actress who played her must be one very hard role, but she was very funny. She very delivered that character well. Most of the people did very well with delivering the characters. I really liked the guy who played Shazam's assistant. I liked all this. I thought this was funny. I thought it was enjoyable and cool. Like I said, this third act does stretch itself out because there's essentially a third act and then there's another third act there. So it's like two third acts combined together. Someone did comment on my Shazam review that Joker won't stretch at his third act, and I can guarantee that Joker will be a master, or just be really good and be talented. I think it's going to be R, so do not expect me to review it. I thought it was a creative twist to everything. I thought that was cool. At the end, they ripped the eye out of the guy, and I thought that was cool. That was a very good rhyme there. Hey, that was a very good rhyme. I'm a rapper now. I am, like, really weird right now. At my throat hurts. Time to drink some vodka. I probably reacted more to the water than most cool guys in movies react to drinking a drink like vodka or whatnot. This thing is not a good... This is a very old water bottle. Let's continue talking about Shazam. And watching them all play together was very fun, very enjoyable to watch them save people. I liked seeing all the Shazams. Now let's get to the big part of this movie, which is the post-credit scene. I honestly think that all them becoming Shazams was a bigger deal than the post-credit scene. But the post-credit scene in this movie is essentially, it shows the bad guy in jail. He's marking all the symbols on the wall. I dug that. I thought that was cool. But then, all of a sudden, there's a caterpillar with a box on him, and he's like, there's so many ways to get what you want. And I'm like, and I was thinking in that scene, what the hell? What the frick is going on? I know I was like so confused. I'm still confused now. But then I keep seeing thumbnails. I haven't watched any video, but I keep seeing thumbnails say Black Adam, played by the man, the myth, the legend, Dwayne Johnson. I'm really excited to see him play back Black Adam. Some people are saying that Black Adam will push DC ahead of Marvel. I literally saw a thumbnail that said top 10 casting choices that'll put DC ahead of Marvel. And actually, my theory is that in the next 10 years, there will be a time when DC will be at a higher prime than Marvel. And that's because I don't think after Endgame, Marvel can thrive for a very long time, sure, after that. But I don't think it's going to be... I think it's going to eventually, we all know Marvel's going to die down eventually. They're very strong right now, but eventually they're going to start slowing down. They're going to make a couple slip-ups and bad movies. And we're going to get officially a Marvel bomb. We're eventually going to lose the MCU. Something's going to happen in the MCU. I can know that. But the DCEU has a bright future ahead of it. We know a lot of the upcoming releases. Next we got Birds of Prey. If you don't want to count Joker, we got Birds of Prey, which I'm... cross fingers, that's good. What else do we got? Wonder Woman. That one, sure, whatever. It could be good. I don't know. Not too hyped for it. I might make a video just about the future of the DCEU. We'll just do that. Yeah. The post-credit scene in this movie is essentially connected to Black Adam, and I'm very happy they didn't choose Black Adam as the villain for this movie, because it would have really overshadowed Shazam, because the reason why they chose the villain they did was to be a very simple villain, just a very push for Shazam to become a better hero. Yeah, like I said, this is a fantastic origin story. And I don't know if the movie's fantastic, but it's a great origin story. It hits all the notes it has to, and the correct beat it needs to. It's incredibly enjoyable, incredibly fun. I had a great time watching it. I might go see it again at theaters. Never done that with the DC movie. I've seen all of them in theaters, except for Man of Steel. I didn't see in theaters. That movie's just not good. No matter how many people want to say that it is a masterpiece or something like that, I don't like Man of Steel, okay? Deal with it. Shazam, on the other hand, this movie was great. It delivered on all elements I thought it should. It hit it right. It hit the emotions. It hit the heartstrings. This is a better movie than Captain Marvel by far. At least this movie tried something new, or it tried a lot harder than Captain Marvel. And Captain Marvel was maybe not as basic as Shazam, but Shazam is basic, lighthearted, and not annoying, and it uses the cliches in the right way, makes it an enjoyable film. Did I feel much tension? I don't think I ever felt tension in this movie, but it was always immensely, I was never bored. I was just always entertained. I laughed at the jokes. No joke I actually thought was bad. There was a post-credit scene that I'm now remembering where they talk about Aquaman, but whatever, that wasn't a big deal. I was very entertained. Oh, we got another thing I need to talk about, and that is the Superman cameo. I was laughing so hard. So at the end of the movie, at the conclusion, they're all sitting down at lunch. They're all just sitting down at the table, and they're like, oh, like they're all just like, his last time Shazam didn't show up, and his Fred is all sad, and all of a sudden Shazam shows up, and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here with my good friend here. How's it going, man? I thought it was hilarious. He says, oh, I also invited a friend, and then we see the bottom of Superman. And then we just see Fred go, that was so, oh my god, that was the funniest joke of the year. Lego Movie 2, Bruce Willis joke in that movie was hilarious too. There were some great jokes in that movie. Maybe the banana slipping, that movie was still really good. I liked Shazam more though. But this is my favorite joke of the year. I laughed so hard at that. Yay, this is a good movie. Like I was saying, Captain Marvel maybe is more original than Shazam. It doesn't break any new ground, but it is more original. But it's just more lame and not as just interesting as Shazam. Shazam is lighthearted fun. I don't know what two movies I could compare this to, but Sam Raimi's Spider-Man is Shazam. I like Shazam more than the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Some people might disagree with me there, but I just enjoyed it more. And it felt more surprised for me, and I liked it more. It's probably because of how horrible comic book movies are right now. I was very impressed by this movie, especially in DC's effort to beat Marvel in two categories: better feminist propaganda superhero movie, and a better superhero movie of spring 2019. Unless you want to count Endgame as a spring 2019 movie, I think it is. But I mean, like early April, March and early April. But yeah, but actually, so if you guys don't know, I posted a screenshot on Letterbox of of essentially just my Stardust score or my Letterbox scores for Shazam and Captain Marvel, because I reviewed both of them there, so you can see 4.5 for Shazam and 3 for Captain Marvel. A lot of people thought I thought it was funny, and then I'm forgetting who commented. DJ Wolf, my brother, he commented, "Enjoy it while it lasts, DC." And then one of my friends from church, one of my friends from my youth group at church, who's also a friend of my brother's, just replied with, "Don't tag us DC fans." And now I'm like, I know a DC fan. I don't like that. I'm joking. If you're a DC fan, I don't care. I'm not a not DC fan. Like, I want the DCU to be good, but I'm more of a Marvel guy myself. What do you guys think what are your spoilery thoughts on Shazam? Let me know in the comment section below. This was my successful spoiler review for Shazam, because I didn't break down the movie and split it up into a bunch of pieces. I just went through what I thought were these spoiler things. Bye.